Hi Aquarius, welcome into your monthly money and career tarot reading for the month of December 2023. I hope life is treating you well. Let's start off and pull a couple oracle to begin your reading, and then we'll move on to the tarot portion of the reading. But to begin for Aquarius for December 2023, isn't it crazy that we're wrapping up the year already? We're getting ready to. Money on the mind in super success. All right, good energies to begin. We also have moving on up at the bottom of the deck. I feel like you're moving on up as far as your finances are concerned, as well when it comes to whatever you're choosing to begin and or continue when it comes to your career. If you're unemployed and looking for something to fill up your time or something to succeed more, to bring in more money, new employment, if you will, there's luck on your side if you're putting an effort towards that. But money on the mind in super success. Beautiful. It feels like you can't help but think about how to make more money, how to manage your money wisely more so than the past. Because if you've been overspending, it is what it is. Let's just do better moving forward and at this time currently. But I feel like you're thinking about how to best save for yourself, how to best eliminate or minimize, frivolous spending, how to make sure this bill, that bill are paid. Some of which thinking about how to strategically clean up your debt moving forward, maybe to as well raise your credit score, stuff of the sort. But I feel like you're super, super successful throughout the month because you're on point with, how talented you are, how skilled you are, when to get things done, how to go about doing so. Your ability to communicate for a lot drawn to the reading is quite on point in helping you advance, get your voice out there. And potentially your intuition and spiritual connection, that spiritual voice, all the meanwhile, those messages. But I feel like if it's more so your creations, your developments, it could be more than one thing, of course, that's shining, that's helping you succeed. It may be helping other people through it all the meanwhile. But I wouldn't be surprised if Spirit reminds you that is your way of getting your voice out there, maybe communicating Spirit's voice as well. But it's going to be a very intuitive, very hardworking kind of month for you, where you can't help but think about how to succeed more once again, how to make more money, how to get my business to expand, to grow, past its potential or my potential, how to succeed and again, exceed my potential through that job. How do I best see the most money coming in? That was horrible wording, but how do I make sure I have the most income flowing in at this time and moving forward, or at the very least starting in the new year? I wouldn't be surprised if there is a new job or a new business idea for a lot drawn to the reading. And I'm not surprised to see the making progress card at the bottom of the deck as I was doing a bit more shuffling, because it is a month for you as you get ready to wrap up 2023 where you're making significant progress with what you're continuing. You're making significant progress with what you're starting, if that's the case for you. Or in regards to gaining new doors to potentially open for you. I also sense that, again, you're gaining true levels of progress when it comes to your finances. It might feel like a month for you, to be honest, where the money comes in and then leaves. You have to part ways with it quite quickly, or just as quick. Say you make a chunk of money, right, over the span of a week or two throughout the month. And then you have to put that aside for rent or mortgage or your car payment, something like that, where you make the money and you have to spend it. But it feels good to have that security otherwise, to have that situation that you're keeping up with, that you're being mature in regards to. But I feel like then that reiterates, well, the money that's left behind, right? The money that's expendable. What are we doing with it? Are we putting it aside for a rainy day or for unexpected expenses? And or are we spending it on things that we shouldn't? Spirit is reminding you it is good to treat yourself, but I feel like a lot of Aquarians drawn to the reading have been overdoing it in that department recently, if we're being completely honest with ourselves. I am no one to judge. I am guilty as charged. And so Spirit says, let's buckle down. Let's use, they're saying discernment, but let's implement true levels of discipline, in more than one way. And in this case, we're talking about with your money. But I wouldn't be surprised if a lot of which you have to continue to implement, or even more so implement, true levels of discipline when it comes to getting up and running your business, getting up and going to that day-to-day job, doing what you have to do while you're there, stuff like that. And trust your intuition, my friend. Again, it's a very intuitive month. When your intuition screams to you about the red flag of a situation, a potential opportunity, let's listen to it. Let's not ignore it, right? Or it could be a minor red flag that you do need to acknowledge exists, is going to be a part of that situation if you choose to move forward with it, but isn't a deal breaker. But also when it comes to spending money, if you're at a store or if you're browsing online and your intuition screams, they just said, Justin, don't buy that, because that's my name if you're not aware, then let's listen to it. Let's hold back. Let's put our money aside or leave it be for something else. Okay? Or nothing else is what I'm hearing. Just to let it add up. Interesting heavy energies. The Six of Swords and the Five of Cups coming out. You're thinking about what you left behind. Okay? You're thinking about what you might need to or inevitably will need to leave behind. There's a feeling of you at times thinking about what you sailed towards and what lacks in that situation, or what's making things a bit more restricted or difficult for you. Maybe not the easiest it could be. Spirit's saying, even with the quirks or the difficulties, the annoyances, the imperfections about what you have at hand or what you're shifting into, doesn't mean what you had once upon a time was better. Just saying. There's certain negatives that you're so close to the situation that you don't see them, or you forget about them, or you get so used to them. But Spirit is saying that the shifts that have been taking place and are throughout this month are surrounding it, all for the better. Okay, if you're moving to a new place of residence, moving to a new job or the new department, maybe another type of investment you're shifting towards or away from, all of which is to your benefit. So just trust your intuition and know that things are working out to your advantage. But it feels like you're being gifted from the universe, from Spirit, from the results of your hard work, right? I wouldn't be surprised if people, especially those online, maybe in a storefront kind of business, you are seeing that people want to give back. People want to say thank you. People want to show their appreciation. And people will definitely, even without certain other tangible rewards, will give you a sense of confirmation or a reminder that you are doing what you're meant to. You're doing good work. You're helping people for a lot. I bet you do either way, even if you don't think so. But the comments, the praise that flows in, the thank yous, the reminders of how important you truly are when it comes to your work, that is also coming into play throughout the month. Absolutely beautiful. Flying onto the floor, we'll leave them. No, actually, I'm going to get them. Just one moment. The reason I felt the need to grab these cards on the ground is because one of which that flipped, up for me to see it when I was on the ground was the Ace of Pentacles. This is a time period for you, my friend, a month where there's a new opportunity, there's new money to be made, to be gained, to be gifted, to be rewarded to you. It feels like good karma is coming back to help you out, a sense of things coming back around to assist you. If you do step into the month or continue the beginning stages of which in a bit of a financial pinch, Spirit's saying it won't last forever, and there's just more to be gained moving forward. Spirit, it's kind of this vibe where, say you step in, you're a bit tight on money, right? Beginning the month, and then you make enough to cover certain bills, expenses, whatever the case may be, and then you're kind of back to square one, or you feel the need to just make more once again. And Spirit's saying, let's just keep plugging forward. Doesn't mean overwork yourself. Find that balance, but it will be replenished, right? You'll be replenished tenfold moving forward, feeling like you're meant for a ton of success being drawn to this reading. But in the midst of new money coming in, whether it's a new job, more success, donations, what was I going to say? Oh, expenses coming back is what I'm hearing. If it was from your job or your business, it could be more so commission, something of the sort. Your guaranteed expected pay. It feels like you are needing to be honest once again how you're spending it. But I feel like for some, your honesty, your voice is transitioning to the state of more money coming in. And I feel like all the meanwhile, you could be thinking ahead. It's like, I just moved into this place of residence recently or throughout this month. Where am I going to move next? What area do I want to live in next? Or what kind of situation do I want? Could be job related, or maybe where do I want to see my business grow to, expand to next, right? Even though you're still in the midst of making what's at hand work. And so Spirit's saying that longevity that you're thinking about, that future expansion, development, success, it's all very productive to an extent. To get too ahead, to get too caught up in the future is not going to benefit what's at hand. Step by step, day by day, and what you're thinking about for the future may develop and adjust, be tweaked, because you're changing along the way, because that things just pop up left and right. Certain other circumstances might change and affect that all the meanwhile. So think about the future, of course. All the meanwhile, they'll push you to think about the past. But let's utilize the power of staying and being one with the present moment. It'll benefit the quality of your work. It'll benefit just everything about your money and career status and situations throughout the month. The Page of Pentacles, because I feel like you are thinking about how to begin again, whether it's financially, whether it's work-wise, whether it's an investment. There's something about beginning again. And I feel like you're also being reminded one financial change, a change connected to your money somehow, will lead to another one. Whether it's you move to that new place to live, now you're starting to clean up your finances, or you're spending more, so you have to tweak how you're spending otherwise. Or you could be, you're moving to this new job situation or to run a business, and now you have to tweak your finances in one way or the other due to making more money or making less, or that growing period. Do you know what I'm saying? There's something about beginning again and how that affects you in certain ways, not for the better or for the worse, but just in certain ways when it comes to your money. And maybe how you succeed all the meanwhile. Again, have patience, okay? Have patience when it comes to your relationship with money, when it comes to your relationship with people you work with and or live with, when it comes to adjusting to a new situation, if that's the case, or to new adjustments, changes within that continuing situation. Do you know what I'm saying? Patience is your best friend, all right? You may find that it's a very angelic month at certain points, and then quite heavy in energy otherwise. And Spirit saying with change, with success on the horizon for you, and due to what you've decided and or what you're deciding currently moving forward, bear with me, you're going to experience certain ups and downs, fluctuation of energy and satisfaction. So just roll with the punches, all right? Bottom of the deck, Three of Pentacles. A month for you, Aquarius, where you are very much standing in the spotlight in certain ways, showing off strategically in other ways, where you consistently or sporadically or randomly choose to put yourself out there on social media or a different public platform, or just to show people what you're made out of, what you can create, develop, what you have to offer. It works, okay? It helps, and it shows people that you have a lot to offer moving forward. Because it's just either the beginning or the continuing stages of whatever that's about for you. Oh, this was one of the ones that fell onto the floor before, the Magician. And I really feel like you're manifesting in a very magical, even co-creating kind of way, seeing more money flow in, seeing more success come to be, and seeing yourself moving forward go the distance. I also feel like there's part of you that still feels like you should or could prove certain people or one person wrong. It's not worth it, all right? Prove yourself right. That's what you got to do. There's a difference in that approach, that perspective, and that process all the meanwhile. It feels like you are thinking about traveling potentially, thinking about maybe moving to a whole new situation in the future once again. But they're saying slow your roll, enjoy what's at hand. You wanted what you have currently, regardless if it's all of your money and career situations or just one in particular. For whatever reason, you wanted what you have at hand, what you're committed to, wrapped up with once upon a time, right? So let's make the best out of it. Let's notice the positives, the opportunity within it, and let's make the best once again. Let's succeed through it. There's something about you having a chance to succeed at certain points throughout the month, and Spirit saying to ignore those chances and to focus on something else, or to let that time pass. It's not going to be your best bet, right? Allowing for yourself to take advantage of that, because that's your intuition, maybe Spirit pushing you to, in the best energy possible, get your work done or accomplish whatever it is. Could be because of something else. It reminds me of me with these readings. If I was to ignore certain opportunities or pushes to do a reading, something may not pop up or come to be however it looks or however it ends up being within that specific reading if I didn't do it then, or it's just the only chance I have to get it done throughout that day or days. Do you know what I'm saying? Apply it to your situation. But it feels like you're being very much pushed to protect your inner peace, protect your sanity when it comes to that job where you live, maybe both, maybe that business, could be who you're paired with business-wise. But I feel like all the meanwhile, there's a lot coming towards you positives, slight negatives, but it feels like all the meanwhile, there's a lot more positives than the negatives. And I feel like things are falling into place. There's more than one reason to celebrate. And regardless of whether it's directly connected to stemming from your work or not, music is going to be a part of your month. You're going to be connected to it for an escape. Maybe when it comes to, migrating out and about to spend money. Maybe when it comes to you implementing it for your work, right? I just feel like, and it could be a message or two from spirit. So pay attention to that. But it feels like it's a month, Aquarius, where you're being viewed as a very, I'm hearing angelic person, but somebody who's very, again, different and that works to your advantage and potentially to that situation's advantage. And I want to say a lot of people will be helped because of it, but the possibilities are endless for you at this time and moving forward, my friend. It feels like a very empowering time for you where you're being reminded, I don't know if we've said this already, you're making the right choices. You're making the correct choices. It feels like there may be a slight adjusting in or a push to adjust your perspective at certain points or one point in particular throughout the month when you start to shift towards a negative mindset where somebody tries to tell you something that's incorrect. It might be in regards to you wanting to overspend and then spirit pushes you back from that or away from that state of being mindset. You name it. It could be so many different things. But I wouldn't be surprised if you're hanging from the tree of your Aquarian wisdom and experience up until this point and putting it to use, right? Showing people what you're made out of, getting that business to the next level or back on track or off the ground, getting that job success that you deserve, that recognition. It feels like somebody for a select few drawn to the reading won't notice you in the way or at least express how impressed they are with you at that job situation. Then they won't express it in the way they're meant to, or they won't notice it. Who cares? All right, people, the ones who are meant to notice you and to be impressed throughout the month will be. And if they notice it and they don't say it, they're just being stubborn, okay, or set in their own ways. Anyways, to continue before we get ready to wrap this up, the Eight of Pentacles and the Two of Wands. In the midst of working, putting in the effort, feeling motivated throughout the month, you're going to feel like there's a sense of lack at certain points. So be it. Whether it's more progress, more success, growth for your business or that project, it could be more in regards to you needing more money, needing that new opportunity. Again, at times, make sure you're not stressing about the future because you're manifesting so efficiently. You can put two and two together, right? And Spirit's also saying, when it comes to manifesting and bringing in a new opportunity, opening up a new door for you, I don't care what kind of opportunity it ends up being for you or could possibly be. If that door is meant to open and stay open for you to walk through, then it will happen, right? If you're meant to walk through it in order to walk back out or walk through another one for a lesson or for just a purposeful progression of things, stepping stone, then so be it. But it feels like you're being reminded if you're looking for a new opportunity, then that door will open and you'll flow through it quite easily when the time is right and how you're meant to, period. You will never, ever miss a door or an opportunity that's meant for you. You're being reminded of that wholeheartedly. But in the midst of feeling a little bit perplexed as to how things are going to move forward, right, when it comes to continuing a potential new opportunity or opportunities, when it comes to the future of your money and career in general, you are being a bit secretive. It's like I at times change my mind or I don't fully know what I want or what's going to happen moving forward. So it doesn't really make sense to have this in the reverse and be open, an open book, right? And they're also saying, in the midst of all of which, your ability to bond with people is quite fantastic. It's leaving things transitioning and proceeding quite smoothly for you, however that looks for you. But as we get ready to wrap this up, two beautiful, strong major arcanas to wrap up this reading. The Wheel of Fortune and the Star card, my friend. It's a month for you where you are persevering, you're putting in the hard work and seeing the wheel turn in your favor all the meanwhile when it comes to both the categories of your money and career. And you're being viewed as a star in the making, somebody who isn't afraid to at times be vulnerable and shine your talents or talent for the world to absorb, to be one with, and to critique all the meanwhile. So be it. But again, the praise, the compliments, the positives will outweigh the negatives. And you're also being pushed to recognize as the wheel churns in your favor in certain ways currently, what's to say that the wheel isn't going to churn more so in your favor as far as progress and for, seeing your wish, if not multiple wishes, dreams come to fruition and proceed in the best direction for you ever. It feels like this is a very transitional month for you, a very progressive month for you, where you're seeing advancement, you're seeing progress once again when it comes to the future of your finances and when it comes to the future of your amazing destined career. All right? So I hope this was truly helpful. I'm sending you so much love and light, Aquarius, love and light, and I'll definitely see you next time.